This is to certify that movie
Twats
has been classified for live streaming.
Hello, did that just skip?
No.
Oh, okay, might just be me. Hey, bud.
Hello, you all right? You talk about throwing us off our thingy then. Good evening and welcome back to another week on Movie Chats. It's the second live stream from us this week. After me getting spanked by Michael's Movie Corner on the Star Trek quiz last night over on hosted by our mate Gareth Video Tasties. I say spank. I finished 2 points behind him, which wasn't so bad considering Michael's.
I'm just here to make sure you're all right, mate. I just wanted to make sure you're okay because you're self-proclaimed top Star Trek fan.
No, I was 2 points behind him and a couple of points ahead of AJ, which was great. Right, I would have lost to you. Yeah, I might have done movie mad. You were getting some mad answers when I was going back through the comments.
Hey,
Steve,
Kevin.
how's your
Hey,
week been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I've been busy working, and then obviously over the weekend I managed to pick up some deals, so that was a good thing. But one more day in, and then I'm off at weekend again. Hey, Pat. Hey, Gareth.
So let's just see who we've got in. We've got Movie Mad, Kev, all the way from the other side of the pond. Peter Eblin.
Wish I were there.
It will be good, Pete. It'll be good, Pete, to get you onto a sci-fi quiz. I reckon you do quite well. Gareth, I think Gareth was losing his rag a little bit with me and Michael arguing the questions were pretty crap.
I loved his background. That was amazing.
Yeah. Evening, Pat. Thank you for joining us. Right, so this week's show, we have got no featured actor. We have no homework movie. It is just...
So I haven't done it. Yes.
Yay. It makes a change, little Steve, having an actual reason for not doing the homework. So this week, we are pleased to have Dave back on the show. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. I'm really good, lads. How are you both?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Not so bad.
Like looking at doubles. They even laugh the same. Do you know what I mean?
So we're pleased to have you back on, mate, and thank you for coming back onto the show. I'm glad we never scared you off the first time round before the chat about Mean Girls and rom-coms.
Not at all.
You know, how many of them did you go back and watch that weekend?
No,
after
I just carried on with my life.
So, what have you been up to then since we've last talked to you? Apart from the Elm Street reviews?
Yeah, well, I'm very close to finishing them off now. So my last one is going to be Freddy versus Jason, which I'm actually looking forward to diving back into because I haven't seen that for a while. And I remember I watched it. It came out when I was like 22, 23 years old. And I really enjoyed it back then. So it's always interesting to see when I rewatch these films now from like many years ago when I was younger, do I still hold the same opinion or whether it's changed? It's surprising how many times my opinion's actually changed now, compared to back then when I first watched them. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm glad that I've got it out the way. Well, I thought I did. I did a really stupid thing. I put it out there saying, should I do the remakes? And everyone came back to me and said yes. And I'm a man of my word and I've got to do them now. But I need to stop doing this shit, man. I need to stop putting things out there, you know?
What did you say that about the last time? Was it Cocaine Shark?
Oh, yeah, but I refuse, man. No, I put my foot down on that one. Just no. Absolutely not, no. So, so I've got them coming up. I watched, when was the last time? I watched the new Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny, which I was looking forward to. I thought it was okay. it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I think a lot of the reviews are a bit over the top, in my opinion.
Was it better than the last one?
Oh, do you know what? I go back and forth on it, mate. Any given day, I'll give you a different answer. Sometimes I think
today?
it is. I would. About to, yeah, good. I'd probably say yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoy like the first kind of 40, 45 minutes of Dial of Destiny. And I quite like the last 20 minutes of it. The problem is it's like the middle half just drags. Like the film is far, far too long. Like far too long. But overall, I thought it was okay. Phoebe Waller-Bridge wasn't as annoying as I thought she was going to be. There were moments where I was like thinking, oh, this is it now. Like she's going to tip me over the edge. But she didn't. Other than that, I think I didn't know if I watched this before I went on the live stream with you the last time, but I watched The Flash.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. But Michael Keaton steals that movie completely.
Does he? Really?
Yeah. Oh, hands down. The moment he came on screen, that was it. Like the 9-year-old inside of me was just geeking out the moment he had that bat suit on.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for because I've not seen it yet. And
yeah, it's good. It is good. It's a good movie.
Were you impressed with the other Batman at the end and the cameo?
No. I ain't going to mention that.
No, because this is Steve we're talking about here. This is the
the film's been out 8 weeks now. It's on digital release tomorrow. So
I'd like to watch it if you don't mind.
The whole world's got to see it, and if you haven't already seen it, Steve, George Clooney's at the end of it.
You absolute dick.
Yeah, just turn it off. Just turn it off before it turns up.
Yeah.
But when I've heard about like the original endings to all that, I'd rather one of them than that fucking prick turning up. Like, just fuck off.
The reason why they've changed it is because they've canned the rest of the sequel, the rest of the series, haven't they?
I know. I get it, but just really. Apparently, that was James Gunn's idea to have George Clooney pop in at the end.
He doesn't really, Steve. It's Val Kilmer.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, in his current form.
It's a de-aged Adam West.
He's a fucking knob, isn't he? Hey, Lindsay and Alvin. Hope you well, guys.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was good. And I suppose you're not allowed to say this, but I thought Ezra Miller, or whatever, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Despite all the controversy and him being a bit of a fucking lunatic, he's actually really good in it, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to see him again as the Flash. I do not think that's going to happen.
Well, they've absolutely slated the movie, haven't they? The critics and stuff. Yeah, they fucking slated it to high heaven. The end of the DC universe sort of thing.
Well, it is the end of the DC universe because Aquaman 2 doesn't count.
That's
true. So they're not wrong.
Is that even still coming out? I mean, when was that originally supposed to get released? Like 2 years ago.
They're waiting until, everyone's forgot about Amber Heard, I think. Hey, Jeff.
Pretty much, yeah.
They literally
it feels that way,
it out about a year ago.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that they're now waiting until at least somebody forgets what happened with her.
I believe they're still doing like reshoots on it now.
I'd love it if they took her out of it, honestly.
Well,
they wouldn't take her out of it.
Well, they'd be very quick to take out a fucking male lead, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Well, they've done that many a times with what was that one? For all the money in the world or something it was called.
Oh, that was Kevin Spacey, wasn't it?
Yeah, they recast him pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah.
The trailers had him in the original one.
Yeah, and didn't the guy that replaced him, wasn't it Christopher Plummer? Didn't he win an Oscar or something?
Yeah, no worries, Lindsay Allen. Yeah.
It's fucking mental, that, isn't it?
I think I was watching something before about the whole Batgirl scenario with the movie.
Oh, really?
When they were talking about the Hollywood employing people to take dynamic boxes and and you've got 2 non-binary actresses in the film, you've got lesbian producers, you've got Muslim directors, and and stuff like that, and none of them had any experience in producing or directing or making a movie. And then they were like, "Why is it tanked? Why is it crap?" And then one of the executives went, "Well, that's because you've got the woke brigade making a film," and he just come out and said it. You've got no one in the background that actually knew what was going on set or in the production or in editing for it to make any sense.
Well, I believe the directors they had attached to it was the ones that did the new Bad Boys movie. Was it Bad Boys for Life? They had them attached to it. And it would have been interesting to see what they actually could have done, because I quite enjoyed the last Bad Boys movie. I thought it was all right. But apparently, from all the reports you read, and you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt anyway. I mean, you don't know whether they're true or not. But apparently, the movie was pretty unwatchable. And I've read a lot of reports like that, just saying it was just bad. I mean, a film has to be really that bad for a studio to not even just like stream it, at least like try and gain something back from it.
Did you hear what they said to Michael Keaton when they said that they cancelled Batgirl? And this is before it was announced he was in The Flash. He went, "Is that the one I'm in or the one I'm not?"
He doesn't really have a clue, does he?
You don't know which one you're filming for here, but yeah, am I in that one or aren't I?
Apparently he was in about like maybe 3 or 4 scenes in Batgirl, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because he was going to follow on, obviously, from The Flash. And in a weird sort of way, I kind of wish he stuck with that a little bit. But the guy's like 70 years old. I mean, you can't have him carry on as Batman. And it's just,
Speaking of guys that are 70. Hey, AJ.
Happy birthday.
Hey, AJ.
It was an interesting one. We went to see the new Insidious on Saturday. The highlight of the movie was the hot dog with the firecracker sauce. I am not going to ruin it for anybody, but if you are planning on going to see it in the cinema, just wait until it comes out on stream or something. It's not worth spending your hard-earned money or your time in the cinema to watch it. I'm not going to lie to you. There is 2 big jump scares in the film, and they shit me up. And again, I knew they were coming. I braced myself for it to happen, and then as soon as it happened, that was it. I was out my seat like a fucking little girl, and I'm just no good with jump scares.
Yeah, I'm
braced myself.
Absolutely the same. I did a reaction to the Nun 2 trailer, and I knew, and I even said as I'm watching it, I'm saying that little hole with the girls like looking at it, 2 arms are going to come through and grab it, and I knew it was going to happen, and it's still the trailer. It still made me jump. I'm just like, fuck off. You know what I mean? I knew it's coming.
I'm like that though. I said last week when we were on the stream, there's a banging in the kitchen cupboard, right? So something's in the kitchen cupboard. Why are you walking over to the kitchen cupboard? Why have you got your hands on the kitchen cupboard handle? You can hear it banging. Why are you open the kitchen? Fucking bastard! I don't know what's in there.
It's like one of them things, isn't it? How to survive a horror movie, like whatever. Just leave the house. Never go back in the kitchen. Don't open the cupboard.
Don't go upstairs.
Move.
Don't go upstairs and go out the front door.
Yeah.
You're not investigating the noises in the house.
Yeah, just don't bother.
So I'm not going to ruin the film because it's newly out, and I don't do stuff like that. But I would save you money. Get it on stream. Don't go to the cinema to see it. It's not worth it.
I was going to go and watch it on Sunday, I think, but I just got too lazy and didn't bother me ass, to be honest with you. I wish I had another thing, but I just didn't bother. But I was going to go and I will check it out, so I want to get a review out on it for my channel. I'll probably end up going like some point early next week, I think. So I've got a few days off to myself. So,
by the sounds of how good it is, it might be an empty cinema for you to go and watch it.
Perfect. They're the best times. I love an empty cinema to myself. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that'll do me.
Chasing. Well done, Big Steve, for taking one for the team. Yeah, you know me, I'm dedicated to my craft.
So out the series of the Insidious, is it the worst one? Would you say?
Gotta be, because it's the only one you've whinged about.
Yeah, I would say it's the worst one.
Yeah.
Because you got all giddy about the rest of them.
By the time it starts picking up, you're about 20 minutes from the end.
Oh, God. And how long is the movie? About an hour and a half? Or?
About an hour and a half, hour and 40. So it's not a
not
long
long,
movie.
No.
It's not a long movie.
Hmm.
You know, that bit that you see on the trailer where they run up the CAT scan thing, the MRI scan, that's about 40 minutes into the film. And then you've got like a 20-minute run where things are happening, and then it's off then.
Jesus.
Sounds fun.
But if you're into you Insidious,
yeah,
then and you're looking for a perfect ending to the story, don't watch this one.
Right,
okay.
Leave it where it was. Yeah.
So is this supposed to like wrap it all up? Is it?
Yeah. It's supposed to put a nice little bow on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
They'll just bring out another one.
It's got a nice little bow. It's got a nice little bow tied to it with a couple of little threads hanging off.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll be interested to see what I think of it then, because I don't mind the Insidious movies. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan of them or anything, but I haven't minded them. I really enjoyed the first one back in the day when I first watched it. I thought the second one was a bit, I don't know. I've only ever watched it once, and it was a while ago. But I remember walking out of it just thinking, I don't know, it was like just a bit cheesy. The second one, I don't know. It didn't really hit home for me. But I really enjoyed the third one, and I thought the fourth one, the Lost Key or the Last Key, whatever it was called, I thought that was actually all right.
That was good. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
So I was quite looking forward to the fifth one. So, but like I say, you're not the only person I've heard to say that, Steve. So yeah. I'll probably feel the same, I think.
That mean you have a debut Movie Chats production ready to drop tonight?
Unfortunately, Neil,
hello.
I am waiting for a costume piece to arrive for a particular one. But yeah, one's in editing and ready to go.
So there's been 2 trailers, I think, that I've seen this week, or at least one trailer and a load of fucking pictures about another movie. So the trailer with Wonka, have you watched it?
Yes. And I'm sick of seeing the yellow suit, if that's the other one you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's a trailer I've seen as well, but that's been all over social media the last few days, hasn't it? The Deadpool 3 leaked pictures.
Yeah. Guilty as charged. Yeah. I'm one of them that threw it out, yeah.
Well, I like I'll tell you what, one of the pictures I do like is got the 20th Century Fox in the background. That 20th Century Fox in the background. It's got to be like the intro or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the story bead is that Deadpool goes through to another universe and they're all comic book heroes.
Yeah.
That's what is sort of been
out. Talking about Elektra, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, that's why Elektra and Deadpool and Wolverine are able to be in this film, because it's not messing with any other timelines or anything like that, because the comic book heroes. Which
and he's definitely going to make a joke about, Disney taking over 20th Century Fox and everything. That's why there's probably a 20th Century Fox thing that's destroyed in the back
behind it.
He's got to bring something up like that as well,
Yeah. So I'm just, like I say, I'm all giddy to see the yellow suit, and I'm glad we are getting the yellow suit at last. But
it's took a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm sick of seeing it already. So just give me the film.
It's a bit overkill in it this week on that.
Yeah.
I just think everyone was just very excited to see Hugh Jackman in that costume, because like it was teased at the end of the Wolverine movie, wasn't it? When he opens up that case and it was there, and then we never even got to see that. So I just think everyone's just made up that finally he's actually going to be in that costume. And if anyone was going to do it, Ryan Reynolds was going to make sure it was going to happen, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
I think
that's amazing. And I love the Deadpool movies, man. Like, I've said before, I'm kind of off the Marvel train now. I'm bored to death of it. But Deadpool 3, I am really, really looking forward to a lot.
There used to be a time about 18 months ago or whatever, 2 years ago, where Steve would tell you, I get quite excited when they announced a Marvel series or a Marvel film.
Same, yeah.
And now we've seen to have 18 minutes before one finishes and another one starts.
Exactly. That's my
You've
problem.
got no break in between. I haven't even watched any of Secret Invasion yet.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
And I'm looking at the Marvels and I'm thinking, shit, am I going to have to go back and watch Miss Marvel because I've missed that whole series?
Yeah,
And
that's my issue. Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I watched after Endgame. I watched Black Widow and I watched Spider-Man: No Way Home. And I just haven't I haven't watched Loki yet. I haven't watched the Captain America series. None of them, because I don't want to have to watch a TV show to follow into a movie and then to watch another TV show that will follow into another. It's just look, listen, man. Believe it or not, I've actually got a life. I've got shit to do. I can't just keep watching fucking TV shows and fucking, to follow into movies and stuff. And there's so much of it, though. That's the thing. It's I think
non-stop. When people were saying to watch Doctor Strange Multiverse, the Madness in the Multiverse, you've got to watch What If, and I don't think it. And I don't think you do. Yeah, I don't think you need to watch What If to watch Strange, but Loki doesn't really tie into anything anyway, apart from the end scene of Ant-Man Quantumania, and then you see why it sort of ties in.
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier doesn't tie into anything, but to me that could have just been a film instead of 8 hours of my life or 6 hours of my life watching them get their ass kicked by people that are taking super soldier serum. And WandaVision is brilliant.
It's just he's all about the stereotypes, Gareth.
He is.
Hey, buddy, Secret Invasion is very strong. Some great action sequences.
Yeah.
Are we at the point now with that where we can stream the whole thing, or is it still?
I think it's still weekly at the moment, mate.
I think there's still 2 or 3 episodes to come out.
Right. Okay. Because I wanted to do it all at once.
These Disney ones aren't long series. They're 6 to 8 episodes long, aren't they? And then
yeah.
The whole thing that just upset me about Disney Plus, mate, was because it ended my Netflix shows of Daredevil and stuff. I absolutely loved that show.
Yeah.
Daredevil on Netflix, The Punisher and all them. It was fantastic. What I loved about them as well is it was part of that world, but you didn't have to watch Daredevil to know what was going on in the next Marvel movie. You could just appreciate it for what it was. It was set in that world, which was cool.
There might have been,
they gave little Easter eggs in, but you didn't have to.
Yeah, there might have been a little throwaway line. Right, okay. I need to watch out for that. Oh shit, there he is.
Or you'll see a little kid in a Captain America costume in the park running around and stuff. Little things like that.
If you think about it, DC is the one that started all this crossover shit. Because they especially with the Flash and the Arrow and all them sort of ones. They had all those different, and now with Marvel, we sort of have to watch a series to be any idea what's going on with the next fucking movie.
Those CW network series didn't tie into any of the DC EU stuff. They were just self-contained.
No, but the actual DC series linked in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The CW stuff, the Flash, the Arrow, the
CW, yeah.
You know when you're in trouble when they brought Batgirl into it, and she was only ever one series on Channel 4. She wasn't even on the CW network.
Was that the Crisis on Earth one or something? It was
and then you knew you were in trouble with that. And then he tied in Black Lightning, and Black Lightning was never part of that series. And it was just right, so I've now got to go and watch all of Black Lightning to figure out who he is for that 30 seconds he's on the screen in the crossover. And it's okay.
Yeah.
I know, mate. I just think for me personally is I like I say, I was really into all the Marvel stuff, but like you say, it was just I was looking forward to, each movie was like an event. Like I was really looking forward to seeing what was like how it was going to push the story along, or it was building up to obviously like the big Avengers movie at the end. And maybe for me, I just think the end game was just it was such a perfect, like, just maybe just maybe just have stopped it, or just wait like a little bit and then carry on the next phase. Or you don't have to tie in the TV shows with the movies. I think they made a bit of a mistake doing that, because it's too much, and I think people have or are losing interest. And I think that's starting to show in like the box office of the movies a little bit, if you look at it.
If you remember back to Thor: Dark World, we were 5 episodes, 4 or 5 episodes into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he had to delay an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because one of the relics that they were picking up appeared in that film.
See, that's the problem that you have.
Yeah. So you were like, right. So there was like a 4 or 5 week break to allow people to watch the film before the series started. But that was really the only real tie-in that they had to. They acknowledged everything else was going on around.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually all right. I didn't mind it.
They were over in Florida. They were bloody LA was getting blown up or whatever it was. They were, but that was all right, and I quite enjoyed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The one that got me for this current phase that we're in now is Kang.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to be, or how he's meant to be the phase's big bad for this phase and next phase.
Yeah.
But we've seen him 3 times already, and he's had his ass kicked 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking there now when you said that.
Well, there's also that bigger picture with it now as well, with the actor, isn't it? I mean, is Kang going to come back?
Yeah.
All that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But we know he comes back in Loki, the new series of Loki, because of the end credit from the end of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But it's more the fact of he has had his ass kicked 3 times now, and each time we've seen a different version of Kang. The comment is, "Oh, wait until you see my variant," or "Wait until you see my brother." Well, Kang the Conqueror was meant to be the big one, and he if Paul Rudd's Ant-Man can kick his ass, then Bucky's going to do worse to him, and even the Falcon's going to do
good old Bucky.
It's just not looking good for me, and I don't know how they can resurrect it.
I think I'll probably be like very selective with my Marvel movies now. Like if a Spider-Man one comes out, I'll 100% go and watch a Spider-Man movie, because he was one of my favorite characters as a kid, and growing up and everything. And obviously Deadpool. But Deadpool is kind of like its separate thing anyway. Like he dips in a little bit, but he's his own, like, fucking, it's his own thing, and so I'm really looking forward to that. But other than that, mate, I'm just, I don't, and it's the same with DC now. Like, I love DC. I'm a massive DC fan, but even with the announcement of the new Superman, and like we've had the new announcements just yesterday of the different characters coming in, I've just got no excitement for it, Steve. Like none. It's just not there, and it actually upsets me, man. Because normally I would be like, "Oh, right, they're exciting, looking forward to it," but I've got nothing.
It's like during the Justice League, the Zack Snyder's Justice League, where you see the clips in. You've got
what we could have had, man.
You've got the Green Lantern, you've got the Martian Manhunter, and and you've got all of them in there. And I'm thinking, yes, this is what I want. Bring John Diggle as John Stewart, because Diggle's a nickname; it's not actually his surname. So John Diggle Stewart, Green Lantern. Bring him into it. No, it's not happening. We're moving on from that now.
I know, and I would have loved to have seen Snyder's the follow-up to Justice League with like the nightmare sequences that he teased and everything but I would love to have seen his version of Superman going rogue and going off and just being. I think we could have got something special with them movies, to be honest with you, mate. It would have been something completely different And I would have loved to have seen it.
Hmm.
Really would have. Just the little teasers we got of it. Just, it's like, could you imagine that on the big screen at the cinema, man?
Yeah.
Oh, just, yeah. But unfortunately, we're not going to get that. But yeah, breaks my heart a little bit. But I will be interested to see who they're going to cast as Batman for their upcoming Batman movie. I am intrigued who they're going to do for that one. Because I've got no one in mind. Like, nobody. I wish they would have just kept Ben Affleck and just be like, because he was fucking perfect enough.
I was waiting for that.
I don't have. No. See, I was checking mine then as well. I remember this from last time.
Yeah, I noticed a couple of seconds ago that he changed me to the fun sponge.
Oh, I didn't even pick up the fun sponge. Perfect.
Do you know what? I'm gonna have to turn him off because this will be it now for the next hour. It's just changing everything.
I'm surprised you can't change it yourself, Steve. So you'll be like, maybe little Steve, but I have a big cock.
Did you read Nem's question, mate?
Did we watch Alphas?
Yeah.
I can't remember ever watching Alphas, so I'm going to say no to that one. But it's not the only series I know that ended on a cliffhanger, thinking that they were going to get a new or not knowing if they were going to get a new series or not. Space Above and Beyond, for example, was one of them. They sort of ended it thinking that they were going to get a second season. They weren't sure, and we just never knew what happened to them in the end. Or the two that survived. So you don't know what happened to them. You still haven't watched that series, have you, Steve?
No.
It's wasted sitting on your shelf. Did you watch Space Above and Beyond, Dave?
I didn't, Mace. No.
There's
so many TV shows I need to start or finish or whatever. I just, especially since I started my YouTube channel, man, I just get completely sidetracked with other things, completely. Just end up watching movies instead. I think, I'll do that series of movies, I'll review that, and then it just takes me off my normal everyday entertainment that I like to watch.
As I was, I was just about to say something, but I was saying, I was saying last week I was watching that Manifest. Well, it's 16 episodes the first season, but it said on Netflix it's 2 seasons, so I know there's 4 of them, so I'm like, right, well, at least the two of them was on there. So I get to the cliffhanger and the end of series 1. The next thing that comes up is series 4, episode 1. I was like, what? They have literally
they've gone from 1 to 4.
They pulled the Lucifer on you. They pulled the Lucifer on you because they did have a Lucifer at first. It went series 1, drags you into it, and then it jumps to the current season, which was Netflix. And then 3 weeks later or 5 months later, you got the others that filled in the gaps.
They say that, but I think I was looking. I had this on a save list, and I think the reason why I didn't watch it was because it was season 2 onwards. So I think they've had season 2 and 3, and then flipped it and put season 1 and 4 on. So I was like, you're taking the piss. So I've now got a source series 2 and 3.
Speaking of series that take the piss, I've been trying to get into Black Mirror.
Okay.
Right, all right.
So I am episode 2, season 2.
Okay.
So I've watched the one where they can rewind stuff in their eyes.
That's cool, that.
The Prime Minister bought fucking a pig for no reason.
It was series 1, episode 1. Series 1.
Yeah, and I'm on to season 2, episode 2. I'm just not feeling it.
No.
There is episodes that are a lot better than others. It gets better. It does get better. Especially there's a Star Trek one you'll like.
But I've been told that's in season 4.
But the thing is, mate, is that apart from maybe 2 episodes, the whole thing you could watch in any order.
But that's what I'm sort of enjoying about it. I'm not having to sort of come back because none of them are linked in any shape.
No, there are stories within themselves.
Yeah.
It's like Black Christmas is one. I think it's a season special after series 2. That's a really good one.
Yeah,
but I just like some of them. How, like, especially if they're scientific or futuristic, how close they are to where we are now.
Yeah,
they're really, really good.
I have heard good things about Black Mirror. I must be honest with you. A lot of people, a lot of my friends actually enjoy it. They're trying to get me to start it. What is it? Is there like 4 seasons of it? Did you say?
No, 6.
Total?
6 in a special.
There's 6 seasons, but the seasons are only like 4 episodes long.
Right.
Some are longer than others. So you've got like this last season. I think there might be 6 episodes. One of them though is about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're like pretty much a movie essentially.
Yeah.
They last anything between 50 minutes to an hour 10.
Yeah.
You know, depending on whatever. But with them being on Netflix, they can do what they want, can't they? With the run times, they're not bothered about it and stuff like that. And I am in, like you say, the one where they can record and play back and whatever.
Hey, Sean.
The ones where they can play back and watch memories and stuff like that. I did enjoy that episode. I thought that was quite good. What was the one I watched the other day with Lana? And Lana got bored and she ended up on a phone. I can't remember what it was about now.
The thing is that with a lot of them, there's always twists in them. So a lot of them, you think they're going one way and it completely throws you another. But it's not the sort of thing that you go, yeah, I know what this is going to be. I can figure this out straight off the bat. They're not. Yeah. They're very clever. Sometimes there's double twists. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, where's that going? Oh no, it's gone the other way. Yeah. Love the bear marathon. But yeah, there's the last season. Like I say, I'm sure it was 6 episodes. But there's so many different genres, so many different things that they're playing with, and every one of them's got top actors in. Like, they're getting better as the season's gone on, to be honest. But like, you don't see the same people in any of them, really.
No,
they're completely different stories. Every one of them. Talking of missing out.
Yeah, I tell you, Sean, it's worth giving it a go. You might enjoy it, but I'm definitely along the lines of a weekly episodic thing that moves forward. Yeah. And I think I'm struggling with the idea that these are self-contained episodes. Yeah, the self-contained episodes, and they've got no sort of joining thread. That might change going forward, but I don't know.
Like I say, there's a couple of them that tie in. Like, I think maybe season 4, should we say? The last episode of season 4 has a lot of references to previous episodes. One of the episodes in season 6 has the references to previous episodes, like Easter eggs, should we say? Yeah. So that there is some tie-in with some of them, but it's very much like the Twilight Zone of the modern day, really. Is you pick them up and it's a completely different thing every time.
Yeah.
So, but it's
that's probably the best way to describe it, to be fair. If it is like that,
it's exactly what it is. So that's exactly what it is. I mean, I want to watch the second series of the Twilight Zone, the ones by John and Peel, because I watched the first series and that was really good.
Yeah,
I've got all the originals. But it's just, I like the fact that you don't know really what you're going into. I mean, one of the ones in the latest one is about a woman that she signed the terms and conditions on Netflix, but they call it something else on there. It's like, I want to say raspberry or something, but it's something like that. And they find out that obviously in amongst all these terms and conditions, they basically have the right to do whatever they want with your image and with, your life, really. They could have access to anything they wanted, but nobody ever reads the terms and conditions.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And it's really clever.
I remember the episode. I remember the episode I've watched with Lana, the one where they're in the bunker and he's got to ride his bike to make money.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a
And
crap
they go
one.
on the X Factor. They go on the X Factor style show.
Yeah.
That was what.
Obviously, the thing is, when that came out, Steve, that sort of stuff was massive. X Factor and Britain's Got Talent and stuff. That was like the peak of it when that came out.
Is it a British show? Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Channel 4.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But like I say, they've got actors from all over the world in them.
Yeah.
But like the first episode is about the Prime Minister and the princess that gets kidnapped, and it's what the ransoms and what they're asking him to do. You know, it's all about he's never going to get gold. He's never going to do that. He's never going to do that. And you know, the question is whether or not
was that tied into the whole David Cameron slept with a pig when he was in uni type?
Quite possibly.
And they've just took that bit of a story and made an episode of. Yeah, we've actually poking fun of you here, Cameron.
He must really like bacon.
You know.
Yes. That's the where is it? I'm trying to find the fucking thing now. I've not put it away, have I? Where is it?
Speaking of zombies, Dave, little Steve sent you a present the last time that you were on our channel.
Yes,
he sent you Zombeavers.
He did,
We saw that you got it. We saw that it was your evening's entertainment. What did you think of the film?
You better be fucking good at this point.
Well, I've got a bit of. Well, I put it on.
Right. That's a start.
Yeah, it's a good start. I've seen a little bit of it.
Did you see the Turtles-esque intro to it? They've had, you know, like imagine the first episodes of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was basically that in live action form. That first bit.
It's I need to watch it. I didn't really pay any attention to it. I had company with me, and it just kind of like, yeah.
It's definitely more Zombeavers than Zombeavers.
Which is even. I would have carried on watching it if I would have knew that. To be honest.
By the time they get to the lake, it's definitely Zombeavers than Zombeavers.
Yeah, I need to stick it back on and give it a proper watch. But
you fucking do. I bloody sent it you.
I know. I know. I promise. And I told you, mate, I'll have a review for it.
Your face on here today. I was waiting for this. Yeah. Why I bother sometimes?
Well, here's a question for you because I missed it, and I probably know you didn't like it. What did you think of Vamp? What did you think of my movie choice?
Oh right, you're in trouble over that one, aren't you?
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
you didn't like it, did you?
You. Right, so we just finished watching Lost in Translation, right?
Yes, I remember.
And I remember the phrase that I used: whoever put that on the top 100 movies before you die deserved to die, right?
Yeah.
And then I watched that shit straight after Lost in Translation.
Yes, Neil, I've got that.
It's not. Do you remember like Van Wilder, where they're in uni and they're all having parties and whatever? And so it starts off something like that. Then it goes on to a bit of like a road trip type of thing.
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere, they're in a strip joint. I didn't get what the albino gang members were about at first.
No, you're not supposed. No.
And then they're in the strip club. Then he's getting eaten by a vampire. Poor Dusk Till Dawn type scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what Dusk Till Dawn ripped off, but that's all right. We'll keep going.
Then he's dead. Then all of a sudden he's back alive again. It's like, okay, what's going on here? The Chinese bloke just did me head in.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
I just don't understand. I just don't.
He's enjoying this far too much, Steve.
You don't. He was like, I don't know who you are, but I'm not going to tell you my name yet. You've got to guess my name. Well, just listen, love. And then at the point where they're about to get eaten by vampires or their ass kicked by albino, she goes, "Oh, by the way, your name's flipping Stacy or whatever it is." It's like, why are you bringing this up now, love? Just.
You could have told me that an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make no apologies, mate.
And then at the end of the film, it was sort of like, "Come on, zombie, follow me. Yeah, I'm right below you."
Yeah, in the sewer. And he said he's going to go to night school.
Yeah.
Mate, honest to God, man, I love that movie. I love it. There's always one part in that film that baffles me, and it's still to this day. You know, when they're driving, and then they nearly get into a crash, and the car just keeps spinning, and it ends up in the most completely different, random part of fucking Los Angeles
town.
When it stops, and you're just like, how the physical fuck did that happen? How? But I always put it to, it's a little bit like a fucking, like, kind of an Alice in Wonderland scenario. The moment that happens, they're in like just a different fucking world, if you know. It's like just
the bit that gets me. The bit that gets me is that when they're in the cafe and they're having the coffees, and you meet the albinos who starts off with. The bloke wants to shut his cafe, right?
Yeah.
So we can get home before the vampires all come out, which you find out afterwards. It's more of a vampire town than it is a vampire nightclub, right?
Yeah.
How do the albinos not know? And they're the local gangsters. How do the albinos not know? It's a vampire town.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a very good point. And you're poking holes in one of my favourite movies here, Steve. And it's
how is that one of your favourite movies?
Oh, it's just nostalgia for me, man. I watched it when I was a young kid, and it's just one of them movies for me. I just love it. I do. I don't know. I love it. I've got it on like DVD. I've got it on Blu-ray.
It makes no fucking sense, though, half of it.
No, it doesn't. It's great.
It's literally sat here and we're like, it goes from there to there to there to there.
And then he nearly gets killed by an elevator. What's all that about? What's the point of that?
Do you know the bit that the other bit that really winds me up? Do you know? It's the comparing the nightclub. Oh, the Queen Vampire's gonna bite your neck and suck your butt. Oh, and by the way, we've got Candy on the stage over there. She'll melt your heart and melt in your hands.
Yeah, and he wants to go to Vegas.
Yeah, let's just go Vegas. Yeah, and then you've got Vladimir, who's obviously one of the main vampires behind him, going, that's all he does all film. And then you've got the Chinese girl that's obviously new, and the vampire. She's just got no expression on her face at all.
Oh, that's Grace Jones.
When she gets killed and she gets thrown in the dumpster, she's still got that blank expression on her face.
Yeah, very pretty though, wasn't she?
I don't know, mate. I think you sort of sold me on a comedy gold kipper there.
Was it even remotely funny? I can't remember laughing at it.
I messaged him.
Well, I'm glad you both enjoyed it anyway.
I messaged him and said, "What was the homework?" No, albino gangsters, not Albanian. No, albino.
Not Albanian.
Albanian gangsters. Albino.
So I messaged him saying, "What was the homework?" And he said, "Vamp." And he said, "It's on YouTube." I said, "Oh yeah, I found that. I'm watching it now."
Right.
And then he said, I must have been about an hour ahead of him, and I went, "This is shit." And he went, I think I've just got to the point where you mean." The week after that, we had to watch Joe's Apartment.
Yeah, that was a completely different cooking contrast. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was another type of shit. I don't know.
So what's your new one you got to do, or do you have one?
We haven't picked one this week.
We don't know. I'm not on the show next week because I'm 41. next Thursday. So I'm
Oh.
not
That's
on
an
the show.
excuse,
So,
apparently.
so you've got to do it by yourself, Steve. You've got to pull your weight and pull your finger out and do a show by yourself.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Yes.
When is it for? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday.
Well, I'll tell you what, pick a movie, and if you want, I'll jump on with you and do it with you, so you're not on your
Fair
own.
enough. Hey, you know what I picked up this week, and it was quite expensive, to be honest with you, but I picked it up. Metropolis. I've never seen it, but it's hailed as one of the best movies and all that bollocks. But they've reconstructed it, and it's like 150 minutes, because it was 25 minutes of footage that was previously lost. But it's a silent film.
Mm.
But obviously we've seen clips of it over the years, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw it in CX. I was like, well, I'll pick it up, but it was quite expensive for a single one anyway, for like 18 quid or something stupid. But when it's something that's supposed to be like a modern day classic, or not modern day, but a
I'm
classic,
looking forward to getting into that.
I knew you would be.
The animated series of Star Trek. It's been years since I've watched this, and I've picked this one up this week.
That's cool.
That's what I was checking. I haven't got the animated series.
I've got what did I get? I'll show you mine, actually. I've got a few coming. Hang on.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll show you yours if you show me mine.
Steve, what? You know when you picked up your Transformers series, does it say on it what it is? Like the sticker from CEX, have you still got it on it?
Yeah, because I only got it today.
Right.
The Animated Classic Collection, 13 disc. It's that one, Steve.
I know, but I can't find it on CEX.
Yeah,
There we go.
That I like. Look.
No, I can now. 13 dish, yeah.
Look, it's got the cases that I like.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's one of them. Because that is literally the first 4 series.
That's everything. The 4 series, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Before it jumps into like Headmasters and stuff.
Yeah, because I was searching for it and I couldn't bloody find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that I've got series 1, 3, and 4, but 2's in a 2-parter. But if it's only 20 quid for that, I might as well get rid of those for the pennies that they'll give me and get that box.
They're all in one of them as well, so that will save you space. My Thundercats come in 4 different discs.
Yeah.
4 different boxes.
Yeah, mine's the opposite. Mine's in the ones that you like. So.
All right,
cool.
Sorry, mate. Let's put you on big screen.
So, because I've got my watch party with Gareth tomorrow.
Another one. Are you another YouTube whore that you're on everyone's channels?
Yeah, it's in my DNA, mate. I have to. So I got me got Tango and Cash, which I'm really looking forward to doing that. Actually, I love this movie. It's fucking great. Here we go. I got myself Exorcist 3.
Okay.
It's got both versions in. It's got the theatrical cut and it's got the
extended
director's cut, the Legion. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I like both versions anyway, but I'm looking forward to rewatching that again. One of my favourite movies from the 80s.
Hey, Erica.
Is House. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, I've got the box set of them. I've never seen it though yet.
Yeah, it's the first one's the best one of the bunch. Yeah. I'll just say that already. But I love this one. I didn't bother getting the others. I might get House 2, so I've got a soft spot for that one. And then someone sent me this.
Funny.
So you know,
see what you can do with that.
And then I went to CEX the other week, and I treated myself to this. I got the Indiana Jones Blu-ray box set.
Yeah, it's nice. That.
It's lovely, isn't it? I've already got it on DVD and that, but as soon as I seen this, and it was only for about 15 quid.
Yeah, it's because the 4Ks are out, aren't they? So
yeah,
the artwork's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, man. So yeah, so that's like my kind of recent pickups.
Well, I've give up on my local CEX because we're a bunch of wankers. So yeah, I'd rather drive to Birkenhead or to Warrington and get good customer service.
Of course, well, that's what Birkenhead's all about, mate.
Yeah, we know
good
we know
customer
it's fun, Erica, and that's why I sent it him. But he's not done, he's not watched it yet.
It was either that or Rubber.
Yeah, that's his next one, isn't it?
That's his next one.
Rubber. Actually,
Yeah.
should that should I was going to say, should that be our next watch?
Yeah, that could be your next watch for next week. There you go. You've got to watch Rubber.
Is that? Oh, all right. Okay.
That's it. Now you see, you know the other week
do it to myself.
Stop talking yourself into corners.
I know. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. I feel like I need to self-sabotage myself. I don't know why.
Yeah, me done. Ready for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
you
me.
ready?
Oh, all right. I'm sure I'll find it. I'll stream it.
Do you know what the best thing is, though, Dave? Is that he bought Rubber when we had to review it on DVD, right?
Yeah.
And then he sent his DVD to Melton Movies 1 in the States so he can watch it. And then he went and bought the Blu-ray copy.
Seal, baby.
Yeah, it won't be out next week.
You're going to have to open up that fucker now, mate.
I think it's on YouTube as well, so I might get away with that.
Is it?
It might be.
Perfect. That's even better. I ain't
Because it's
paying for
one
that.
of the most
I ain't
classic
paying for that.
movies.
You
It's
know
the
what?
best Italian movie you'll ever see, honestly.
I might just watch it myself, and I'm not even on the stream, but I might just have to watch it again. Yeah.
So what are you going to
movie.
do for your 41st birthday anyway? What have you got planned?
We're going to Liverpool for the day.
Nice.
So
Sorry, he's only around the corner from there, so he goes there regularly.
Not to Liverpool. No.
No?
No, I don't go to Liverpool that often because there's not really much over there. It's a whole
I bet you're looking
city
forward
of
to it then,
shops
aren't you?
It's a whole city of shops that's just full of shite. So there's no point in going over there when we've got shops that are full of shite over here.
So I'm curious as to what you're doing for your birthday then.
Going to an all-you-can-eat.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of me all-you-can-eat. I'm the only person I know that actually got thrown out or got asked to leave from an all-you-can-eat for eating too much.
That is impressive. You should have a fucking gold star for that stuff.
Yeah, I got asked to leave Wong's in Morton for eating too much under the fair use policy.
Really?
What's your glasses fair use?
You sat there for 2 days.
Now I'm intrigued to know how many plates did you have?
10 full.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed the food. And
I'm impressed.
There's no wastage.
No,
there's no wastage. So they couldn't get me on that. But yeah, they asked me to leave. They all you can eat in Morton because I was eating too much.
No man, you're like Joey from Friends. You're about to see something special. That is brilliant. Where about you going?
We usually go to Bonpan Asia. Do you know at the top of the?
I know.
You've not been there for years, but Bonpan's nice. But
Yeah.
Lana's found a couple more that we might want to try. So we might have like starters in one and mains in another, and then
I noticed that the last time I was in Liverpool, I was staying at the there's two Premier Inn, well, three fucking there, isn't there? But I was staying in one of the Premier Inns, and there was one just at the top of the road before you got to Liverpool Central. It was just a little bit further down. I can't remember what but that was a Chinese place. That was actually quite nice.
And that's still there. The buffet star.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
You go down the stairs.
Yeah,
that's still there. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But there is nicer ones around. It was either that or we want to go to that Bunderbust, which is like vegan street food.
Right.
Indian vegan street food, and that's quite nice. But they do an option where you spend £89 and you get one of every item on the menu. So I might just do that.
Fucking why not, mate? I'll tell you what, mate. Whenever I come back home to Liverpool, man, we've got to go out for a bite to eat. I would love to see this. Love to see it.
But they do the high percentage stouts as well. So there was like a 12 and a 14% stout and stuff like that. So I quite enjoy my strong stouts. So,
Oh, mate, I'm so easily pleased when I go back to Liverpool because I just dive straight into Weatherspoons and have a breakfast. I just get to, because we don't have a Weatherspoons in the Isle of Man. So the moment I can have a pint and a breakfast for under a tenner, I'm there. Doesn't matter what time of day it is.
You're just ordering it to your table now because that's what Steve fucking does.
Oh, no, that was just
It's the
mind-blowing.
app. I don't even need to go to the bar. I get my drinks halfway empty and I've got another one coming just around the corner. It's done.
That's fantastic. I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, it is a thing. I didn't know until I went out with Steve. He's like, "No, Steve, I've got this.
I've got this."
The irony was that I was like, "No, I'm going to go to the bar and order mine," and I was sat down eating mine by the time he was fucking waiting while he was waiting.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to the bar. Don't stand with the common people.
There was nobody there. It was fucking empty. That was the best thing.
But he was really impressed when his pint of Coke was nearly empty and all of a sudden some stranger come over with another drink.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have been as well. I would have been. I'd be like, "What's this voodoo magic? What's going on?"
It's like, click your fingers and the pint's there. There you go.
But I do, man. I love Weatherspoons when I go over. I do. I just love it because like it's expensive to go out over here for a beer, man. I mean, probably the cheapest pint. Well, it depends where you go, but your cheapest pint you can get is probably about like $3.50, $3.70. The most expensive you can pay over $5 for a pint here now, which I just think is fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? So whenever I go to Liverpool and dive into Weatherspoons, I'm like a fucking fat kid in a candy shop. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm paying for a pint under £3. I'm just, the beers are on me kind of thing. I love it.
Well, when we go into Chester, Lana and I, the wife, we go into Chester and we find the booth, and then we go to the bar. You have a look what's in the fridges, and you have one of everything that's in the fridge, just to try it.
Oh yeah,
and you've got to you've got to work down your fridge. It's like doing the top shelf in the pub, isn't it?
Of course.
You've got to do it. It's the law.
Did you ever try that when you were younger? Did you ever actually try doing that?
I used to work. Yeah, I used to live in the pub. And
he owns the top shelf.
When I met Lana and Lana first moved in with us, I never used to lock the flat door to the pub because no one used to go up there. So I used to leave it open, and then I went to work and I come home early, half day, just to surprise her, but she was out shopping or something and she'd locked the flat. So I was like, I've got no option, so I had to sit in the bar, and as I'm sitting in the bar, all the lads were there. We were playing pool, and we did the top shelf. We did the top shelf one way, and then we did the top shelf back. And that's where I found my love for Southern Comfort now. So I can sit there and I drink Southern Comfort like it's pop.
It is nice.
So did the top shelf one way, did the top shelf back the other way. By the time she come over from shopping, I was absolutely fucked. And then we went out drinking that night with the mates that we were going out with. So it's like,
Steve, you're an animal. I love it. Because I was going to say, I've done the shelf one way, and I thought that was impressive. But you said you fucking went back.
We come back.
Man, I'd be fast asleep. I'd be passed out on the fucking pool table. Me if I had to go fucking back along there.
Well, it was good. It was good fun. But like you said, that was only because Lana locked me up the flat, and I had nowhere else to go. I had to sit inside in the wall.
I mean, what else can you do? Do you know what I mean? That's happened to me when I've been locked out before. I just thought, well, now I've got to drink the top shelf in a pub now. What else am I going to do? That's why I always make sure I take my keys.
living there and working there, and I'm not sure how much money got passed over the bar that day either. So,
mate, I know I know what you mean. I lived above a boozer for fucking 7 years. And there were so many times I'd always finish work back when I was working at a cinema over here, I'd always finish work about like 9:30, 10 at night, and I would always try to avoid the pub, always. But I lived above the fucking thing, and I'd always go, well, I'll have a little look and see who's in there. There was always some fucker in there. I knew that. I was just lying to myself, and nearly every night I would just pop in and I'd get unbelievably pissed.
No, that's it. So when I split from the ex, I moved into the pub, right?
Yeah.
So I had no furniture in the pub or nothing like that. They the manager, the owner, was doing me a favour by letting me go
Yeah.
up there. So there was the pub, the chippy, and the bargain booze. I had everything I needed there with the corner shop at the end. I didn't need anything else because if I needed something, I just nipped the shop. If I wanted me tea, I just nipped the chippy.
Yeah. So your diet was chips and beer.
Yeah, it was ace.
Perfect. It was ace.
No wonder you call me, but no wonder you call me Big Steve. But yeah, it was at that point though where when Lana first started to stay, I said to her, "Do you want a coffee?" She went, "Yeah, go on then." So I had to run the shop to get some milk and coffee so I could make a coffee in the morning. I just never had any in. And she went, "Where have you gone to make this coffee?" I was gone for 20 minutes when I nipped the corner shop and
had to go and buy a teaspoon as well.
Yeah, an extra cup.
An extra cup, yeah.
So straight off the bat, Sky News, Hollywood actors announced strike as SAG, SAG, AFTRA union and studios failed to reach pay agreement. So apparently, the American actors will be joining the writers on picket fence lines after members of the US Acting Guild voted to take strike action. So these people on millions and millions of pounds, they're not on enough by the sounds of it. But that's just popped up on Sky News there. So they're striking in Hollywood. I wonder what's going to happen with movies and series now.
They'll just cancel the DCEU, won't they?
Yeah.
Shame. But it didn't start with the writers.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they're saying the actors are doing the same.
Right. I feel sorry for the actors that are like just working actors and don't make the money that these fucking. But these other ones that earn millions, of course they can strike. It's not going to fucking bother them, is it? You know what I mean? But I'm all for the writers getting better paid, though.
Sorry to interrupt, Dave. Just go to your YouTube studio and just see what figure you're seeing there. Because mine's showing that we've lost 9 subscribers since we've been live. Well, our show's not been that fucking bad, has it?
Sorry, lads. See how many I've lost?
Yeah.
We were on 519 at the start.
Yeah. How the fuck have you managed that, Steve?
The weird thing is, don't pay too much attention to that, lads, because the other day I was on like 665, and I was like, fucking hell, I've gained like fucking 8 subscribers in one hit. And then all of a sudden, it just fucking completely dropped down to the way it was. And I was like, right, okay.
This is some fix this shit.
It's just, it's fucking random, isn't it?
Thank you to the guys that are still with us. Appreciate that.
So what were you guys on, 519?
Yeah.
What's it gone down to
we
now?
We were on 519. Now we're down to 510.
510.
Jesus Christ. Well, I would like to say I apologise for...
This will be your last appearance on the show. Thank you very much. Two twins could not exist on the same show, clearly.
No, I know this is true.
No. It'll be interesting to see what happens next week. It'll be interesting to see what happens next week if Dave puts Big Steve on his tag and see if anyone notices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you though, but like since doing YouTube, man, that fucking I wouldn't pay any attention to like subs thing. It's so fucking weird. I can't figure it out sometimes, man.
I think being at 519, I think YouTube thought we were too close to 1,000, so just bumped us back.
We've got to knock him back another 8 months.
Yeah, you know? 8 months. Yeah, 9 subscribers.
I always notice when you go onto your studio, if you go onto like your subs that you gain. Like sometimes, like I lost 4 in one day once, and I thought,
"Oh, that must be terrible." We've just lost 9
in an hour.
Yeah, I lost 4 one day once. I'm like, "Fucking, was it something I said?" Because it normally is. And I went on my sub thing the next day, and it didn't have the arrow going down into the minus. So I thought, "Oh, okay, that's weird." It just stayed normal. So I think when it drops down into the minus, that's like a genuine someone unscribing to you. But I think you just get like dodgy fucking maybe dodgy
Analytic
accounts
thing.
just jumping on and shit, and it just gets fucking
To be
whacked
honest,
off one day.
Are you saying
To
that
be honest,
literally
I
the
used
troll couldn't be arsed with us anymore? So they've left.
That's it. Yeah. You notice we haven't had the sex pest on for a while. He's got bored of us. We haven't had to ban him for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
I used to pay a lot of attention to the subscribers and stuff like that, and sometimes it's still like a kick in the dick to me when we lose someone.
I get that, mate. I
I'm
would like to
talking
say
down
that it
off the
doesn't
bridge
bother me,
every
but
time
it
we
does.
lose one.
Yeah.
Every time we've lost a subscriber, I've had to drink a bottle of Southern Comfort to get over
Literally,
it.
Just go through the top shelf and then back. Yeah.
You know, we've got a bar at home here now. So when we moved out the pub, the first thing we built was a bar, and then we went to Costco, and we kitted the bar out. We had a bottle of everything. Obviously, things have been replaced over, and when we found out what people's tastes are and stuff, but we've got a bottle of Grant's here that we bought 9 years ago, and it must take it tastes like marzipan now. Yeah,
we found out what it is. It's you drinking all the top shelf.
Sorry, guys, if you can't keep up with my obesity and my alcohol.
You know what?
Obesity.
It's not movie related, but Nem's brought this up. So he says the actors that have seen that teachers get 6.5, and now these millionaires want a share. Do you know what? I was listening to this on the way home, and they were saying that junior doctors are going on strike or have gone on strike because they want a 35% pay rise.
Yeah.
Do you know what my first thought was? That's more than Steve would get.
Do you know what the sad thing is, right? That I'm looking at these. Let's take teachers.
Yeah.
Right. Let's take teachers.
Controversial
Teachers have been. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry if we drop down to 500 subs here. If you're a teacher,
I was just going to say another 9 are going to fuck off here.
Yeah, right. So let's take teachers. Teachers have been on shit pay for the last decade. Everybody knows you're on shit pay. You join that job on shit pay.
Yeah.
Right? So why all of a sudden are all these new teachers saying that they want better pay? Right? Bus drivers, taxi drivers, everyone else, train drivers, they're on good wage for what they're on, right?
Right.
I just think, I just think it's like nurses. Don't get me wrong. I know you do a great job and everything else, but you weren't the only fuckers that worked through COVID. All right. So
no, they weren't. I can guarantee you that.
Let's move on from that now. Okay, that we've done that 18 months ago. We've moved on from that, so we can stop bringing that up. Teachers, why are you trying to fine parents for taking your kids out of school at the end of the school year when you've had more fucking strike days than we've had half terms?
Yeah, I noticed someone sued them, haven't they? I saw it. I was reading an article yesterday saying someone successfully sued it.
You're all right to put my daughter's education at risk by fucking off and saying you want more pay. But as soon as I want to take him out from playing fucking Connect 4 on the last day of the school year, you want to fucking fire me? Fuck off. Get a life. Just... I'm just... With everybody striking, right? I'm just losing my sympathy for them. And to know what to make it worse is that I'm a union rep. So I'm supposed to have sympathy for these. But yeah, I'm just losing sympathy with everybody striking.
This is the thing. It's like not all teachers are striked. No, not all of them are striked, but the ones like my sons haven't. My youngest son, but that's because obviously he's in a special school, so they're already on a higher pay. But the thing is that what Steve's trying to get at, and I think you're probably right there in some cases, aren't you? It's not to. Everyone's got their own circumstances, and that's fine. But from you go into a job knowing what it is, I mean, there's a flip side to that because I get 5 weeks worth of holiday a year to take off school off work, and
I was just going to say,
and to be honest with you, there's only one month this year that Leo's in school all the way through the month without some sort of holiday. Do you know what I mean? So, but the thing is, the junior doctors thing, what gets me about that is, don't they do that sort of thing? Is it not like an apprenticeship? So you do that sort of thing to the point where at one point you're going to be on ridiculous bloody money.
You take the rough with the smooth, right? If you're starting off in an apprenticeship, so you know you're only going to get paid 8 to 12 grand a year doing an apprenticeship, but you're learning a skill. At the end of your 3-year apprenticeship, you come out into a job and you're earning 25 grand a year, 28 grand a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So you know you've got that big bumper payment. Then I just think you've got an awful cheek then to say, do you know what? I've just started my job, but then I want another 40% more.
Yeah.
You know, the Royal Mail were offering the Royal Mail weren't offering low pay increases when they were striking.
No.
They just weren't offering the 30% that they wanted, but they were offering.
They also wanted them to work 7. They wanted them to be working on a Sunday as well.
Well, they should.
that was the other thing that it's just the hours that they were doing. I mean, when my dad started on that, you know, it used to literally be owned by dinner time many years ago.
Why,
you know,
why
and
can't,
20 years down the line,
he
gets on for 4 o'clock.
On a Sunday?
Well, it's not that they can't. It's not that. I mean, the thing is it's just something that they were used to, isn't it? It's a change to the contract, really, essentially.
I work Monday to Friday, and I've got a 12-hour window where I can work from. So that starts at 7 in the morning, and finish at 7 in the evening. Yeah. I choose to work 7-3, so I miss the traffic. Most people do 8-4, some do 9-5. But if the business wanted me to change my hours, they give me 30 days notice. It's in my contract, and I have to do that. I've signed that agreement. Yeah. Everybody has got these working windows. Just because you don't work a Sunday doesn't mean the company can't request you to work a Sunday. And if they give you your required hours within your contract, then yes, you're going to have to do that. If you don't like it, fuck off. As to taking on. I'm sorry, but if you want to be a teacher, you take the risk of the low pay.
If teaching is so easy, why don't you do? Neil, it's not about. No, we're not slagging off teachers in that respect.
I'm not saying it's not a hard job. What I'm saying is that it's been documented for a decade, or as long as I've been working, that the teachers don't get great money.
No,
you know,
and the teachers. The thing is the teachers aren't. I'm not talking about the fucking teachers. I'm saying the NHS for me, with the doctors and stuff like that. It's more of an apprenticeship, isn't it? You go into as a junior doctor and you work your way up. And I think that for me is like, well, the way I'm looking at it is that you earn your stripes essentially, like any job.
Don't get me wrong, Neil. And we'll put that comment back up because you are right.
We're not trying to offend you. I do apologise.
There is people out there that work these long hours. But what I'm saying is that it is very documented that the wages aren't great. And I know your wife's probably marking in her own time and everything else. And when you take that hourly rate into account for what she's actually doing on a day-to-day basis, it's probably only about 3 or 4 quid an hour for the 18 hours a day that she's working. I understand that side of it. What I don't understand is that there's things in place to stop people from taking kids out of school. But however, my 2 kids' schools have had 10 strike days this year.
But the thing is that the teachers, the thing that's causing all of these is like the NHS, is the academies. These are the rules that they're being governed by.
The thing is, though, is that they're not saying to the kids, right, we've been on strike, okay? They're making my daughter, who's in year 11, do mandatory classes after school to make up the time that she's missed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's got to stay in 5 nights a week after school to do an hour to make up for the classes that she's missed on strike days.
Wow.
So she's giving her 5 hours up. The teachers are doing it unpaid. So they're striking unpaid. So what's the point in striking when you're giving up 10 hours a week or 18 hours a week when you've got to make this time up?
I just don't know what they're going to be able to achieve.
That's it. All they're doing is making the kids stay an extra hour every night to make up the time that the teachers are took off.
I
not
did
the
not
kit.
know that. That's mental.
So that's the bit where I start losing sympathy. You're not just
Yeah.
impacting me on the striking day, but you're impacting my child 5 days a week for you to
Wow.
take one day off, to do the job that you were meant to be doing during the day that you strike. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, I fully understand why you're doing it. I just don't see it working. I don't see what you're going to gain from it. Face off.
Did you see any success stories though? I mean, is there any success stories with these things so far? Because not just the teachers, but
the bin men, and the bus drivers, they got what they wanted in the end, didn't they? You know, they caused so much disruption by shutting bus services down. The train drivers, I think some of them have got what they wanted, but not all of them. You know, it does work, but I don't think strike action is what it used to be. Because it's happening so often now. People have got things in place now. Just say, yeah, it's all right. It's only another day. Can she come to you next week? Yes, sound done.
Wow.
You know, I don't think it's got the impact on it. And for my industry that I work in, if we were to take a strike day, there'll be fucking hell to pay from the public, not from.
I'm not being funny, mate, but you can't get more important than things like the NHS. You know what I mean? Things, services that are definitely needed.
I can't get an appointment on the NHS, so I'm paying private for my dentist tomorrow because I can't get in the NHS.
Absolutely mental, like the way that is.
It's nuts, man.
Anyway, let's get back off this.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back in a sec. No, you're all right.
You know, so yeah, sorry for having a rant. I should have played the rant of the week, but I haven't. But I don't mean to offend. Anyone. Everyone's got their own circumstances, and you've got to do what's right for you. However, yeah.
He's off. Yeah, I can't. Don't leave me. You're gonna need a stiff drink after that one. Yeah. Oh, bless. Don't talk dentistry. I'm off to work now. Oh, Erica.
Yeah. So I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, and I've got to pay privately because I can't get an NHS appointment. It's like my doctors. My doctors keep sending me these things saying that I'm at that age now. I get a free MOT every year.
I told you, your Turkish thing is amazing after that.
Yeah, that's it. I was just saying, Dave. I'm just saying I'm at that age now where my doctors are saying I'm entitled to a free MOT every year. So it's like, right, okay.
No, I think I haven't done one yet. I think I need to do one. I hate going to the doctors and shit like that. Like
Steve's just getting veneers. Don't let him fool you. He's gonna come back with the right set for his 41st.
Hugh Edwards, lighter.
Oh Jesus Christ! Let's not touch that fucking thing, shall we? But just what you were talking about before. I mean, I kind of kept quiet during that, but I'll just put my little 2 pence in anyway. Not diving into it, but you know what I mean. It's healthy that we can actually have that discussion and just have a healthy debate about it. Like, we're not trying to upset anybody. You know what I mean? You can put your opinion across on something. You're not. You know, it's a discussion that can be had. It's. You know, you're not. You know, if anyone got upset about it, like, sorry, but it's. You know, people are fucking going through their own fucking shit, aren't they? So it's like it's just. Anyway, that was it.
This is why I said, and this is why I put Neil's comment back up. Everyone's got to do what's right for you, and you've all got your own circumstances, and especially over the last 12 months, the way the inflation and the prices and everything went through the roof. We've all took that hit, and I think the bigger fight for us now is that the government have seen all these 10 and 15% pay increases because they've matched inflation in most places. That they're now putting your interest rates up by 0.5% to compensate for that 10% that you've gained. So everything that you're paying for now is got that extra 0.51%. And I think that's the bigger fight, is that if we could, do you stop paying taxes? Do you stop paying?
Oh, it's ridiculous,
that?
mate.
It is ridiculous. And the other big fight that we've got is the supermarkets. The supermarkets have put the prices up by 80% over the last 18 months.
Man, Christ.
But
every time I go into the supermarket over here, it's gone up every single week.
Petrol and diesel have come down to £1.30 a litre instead of £2.5 a litre. But we haven't seen that 70% drop in food. That stayed where it is.
Yeah.
So that's all profit building for those companies. So those people, and again, I totally understand the circumstances, but these people in these lower paid jobs that are hard up now are not getting the benefit of the price decreases, but the companies are getting the profit from the increases.
Yeah.
And that's the fight that we need to start taking as a country. Not
instead of fighting to just try and get more money out of the companies we're already in, trying to get the prices back down.
Because the thing is,
let's bring everything down to where it was.
Because the thing is,
level.
Because the thing is with these companies, well, especially these supermarkets, they were so fast to whack it up. And I always thought to myself, when it starts to drop, are they going to be so fucking quick to drop these down? And they're not.
No.
They're keeping them where they are.
I think I was on Lindsay and Alvin's on the other day, and I was saying, like, there's certain things that I won't sort of skimp on. And I say skimp on, things like bread, stuff like that. I like proper bread.
Same.
But the thing is that one of the things that got me onto that conversation was I'd walked into Farm Foods and they had an offer on, and it was like two tins of Irons baked beans for £2.50.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I can't remember the last time I bought beans because we've had them in the cupboard for ages, but we needed some. And I was like, there's no way I'm paying £2.50 for two thingies of beans. Yeah. But beans is one of those things where I enjoy having Heinz beans. You know what I mean?
The easier example is a bottle of Coke.
Is this a Cobra meeting? Sorry, Chris. Probably.
Yeah. The easy example is a bottle of Coke, a standard bottle of Coke that would get out of a vending machine. They were £1 before everything hit. They're now £1.85.
Yeah.
They're not coming down in price.
That's what they'll tell you.
Yeah. They're not coming down in price. Okay.
No.
So my interest rates and everything are going up. The VAT is going to go up on something that's already 85p more expensive than what it was 18 months ago. Right? That's the bigger argument. Anyway, price increases. Have you seen that in like CEX and HMV and stuff like that on the figures and the collectibles and
CEX? I like the way you've done that. That's cool. CEX, not really. I mean, there's a few that I've had that have gone up, but generally, they've been round about what they usually are, to be honest. But having saying that, whenever there's a sale on, it doesn't affect any of those places. They don't do anything different. You know, I mean, I've treated myself to a couple off Amazon yesterday, because obviously they've had the Amazon sales for 2 days. I finally sort of delved in and picked a couple up that I had my eye on. But I will very rarely buy them brand new now. I'll only buy them if I'm desperate to get it. Like if I don't know, you know, Deadpool 3 came out and I was like, right, I'm getting that day release, you know, or something like that. Then I'll pick that up. But there's a few of them that I'm now sort of contemplating. I think one of the ones that I got sort of, I want to say day release, but I hadn't seen this, so I was like, I'm picking that up. You know, it was the House of the Dragon. It's still sealed because I've not fucking watched it yet. But I could buy that in CEX now for about £8. But I paid 30 for it because it's a series. So
I did that with Halo. It was £22 in Asda or £8 in CEX. Now I'm gonna save myself £14 every day of the week just because somebody else has watched that disc before me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, what about you, mate? What have you seen? Because we were talking to Michael Movie Corner last night on Garage Channel, and it seems that Ireland, because whichever part of Ireland he's in, seems to be a lot more extortionate than us over here. He was saying Discovery Season 4 was £40 over there. when it's only like 20 odd quid over here. Do you see anything like that on the Isle of Man? Because you were saying you don't have like a CEX and stuff like that the other week.
No, we got a CEX here. We don't have HMV anymore. We haven't had one for a few years now. That fucking broke my heart when that place left. No, it did, man. Honestly, I used to love just nipping in there and doing them like 3 for 20 quid or 5 for £30, and just be like, oh, I haven't seen that, so I'll just grab that anyway. You know what I mean? Just grab like that. I miss doing that. And I used to pre-order all my games from HMV anyway, but I digress. No, we haven't really. To be honest with you, I haven't really noticed like a major increase for us in like CEX or anything like that at all. Obviously, when it comes to like food and all that, like same as you guys have been, you massively see the difference. But with other stuff, no, I haven't really noticed it. I've got to be honest. Not the same as what Ireland is, anyway.
I would say the thing for me is I've been waiting for things to sort of drop down as regards to media and stuff like that, because there's always usually a tendency especially when something like 4Ks start coming out a bit more, for as long as I can remember now, it's been like standard price of 10 quid for a DVD, 15 for the Blu-ray, 20 for the 3D edition. And 25 for the 4K. And then you've got the special editions, which they are just astronomical now. They've gone from 20, 30 quid for a special edition to 60, 70 quid with a couple of cards in.
What's so special about Peter Capaldi? Is it Peter Capaldi, the one that did Doctor Who?
Yeah.
What's so special about his Doctor Who set that's £480?
Rare,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, there's the thing is that the Doctor Who stuff has rocketed. There's some really weird pricing going on with them. But it's the same as like the Steelbook for the original series. I say the original series, I mean when they rebooted or they brought out the one with David Tennant. Yeah, David Tennant, I think it was it? Was he the first one, or was it what's he called? What did Doctor Who?
Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah. But like the Steelbook of that is fucking stupid price. So let me do the shots here.
I've just gone onto the CEX website and I've just put Blu-ray, right? Your Blu-ray in and put search high to low. Doctor Who Series 9 limited edition Steelbook, £480.
Yeah. Really,
right?
yeah.
They'll give you £320 for it if you sell it to them.
You find that in a charity shop, you're laughing all fucking day, aren't you? Some old dear there going.
And then the next one is
Doctor Who stuff here.
Yeah, the next one's Marvel Studios Infinity Saga Collector's Edition 4K, 50 discs, £395.
Oh, no.
What I found weird was this Kubrick set I picked up. So I had another box set of the Kubricks, but I changed it for this one. So I picked this one up, right? It's not bad. It's got a bit of damage there, which is annoying, but it's a nice set.
Yeah.
But on the front of it said it was a Stanley Kubrick limited edition film collection, 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray 11 discs. So you're like, okay, well, then it's 4Ks. There's only 2 movies out of them that are 4K. The rest of them are Blu-ray.
Yeah, but that's just like the shop saying they've got a 70% off sale and it's on a set of shops.
I've never seen a set like this where it's not been the whole lot. I've never. I mean, you get like the Harry Potter set or something, and it's all of them are 4K. Then you've got Blu-rays in there, and you might have DVDs if it's a big set. But like literally, Space Odyssey and The Shining are in 4K. All the rest of them are on DVD. Are on Blu-ray. It's fucking mental.
I did see I did see the International Bikini Day, Neil. I thought that was quite funny.
What's that?
The Neil Channel M's been doing little shorts
Oh,
every
right,
day.
yeah.
And
Oh, you're
one of
still
them
with
was
us. We haven't upset you too much then. Sorry, buddy.
one of them was International Bikini Day, and he had a bikini top on. I thought that was quite funny. So you're talking there about the complete Harry Potter sets. Now, I was in CEX Birkenhead, and they had the 4K Steelbook collection in there, and this thing was huge. It was like that because now the all these collections seem to be having the foam in between each of the 4Ks, and it's all like 3 millimeters wide and stuff like 3 centimeters wide, just to give the packaging for these cases. Where do you store that? Because that's going to take half your shelf up, isn't it? Just on
of course it is.
Just on that one box set. Now, I felt like data before moving all my shelves around so we can fit DVDs and my Blu-ray shelves. You know, when he's pulling out the chips in that episode, that's what I felt like, rearranging my shelves so I can get my new DVDs in it. I wouldn't be able to do it with Steelbooks, not on those collector's sets that we're seeing now. Do you think that's a good move for these studios to do that in the way that they're protecting the Steelbooks, or do you just think it's just another way of them saying, "Look at us, we're better than that collection you can buy there from that studio"?
It's just another way of getting somebody to buy a collection. It literally is. You know, if you're a big, I don't know, Harry Potter fan, you want to try. You're going to try and get all the different releases if that's your thing. It's just another way.
You spent 48 quid for a business card, though, didn't you? So they're selling it to you.
It was 48 quid, but yeah, it was a bit. But you got me thinking now. It was not 48 quid. I think it was cheaper than that.
It was 47 quid.
Yeah. How dare you? Yeah. I didn't. I don't think I paid for it. 38.
All right. Okay. Close enough. Yeah. Close enough. Still 40 quid for a fucking business card.
It's a 4K Blu-ray American Psycho.
Yeah. What a movie that is, by the way.
What?
What a movie that is. Yeah.
So that's my standard Blu-ray one, Steelbook, and then that's my 4K one. So yeah. But do you like music by Huey Lewis and the News? Speaking of spending money, look, £3 at the charity shop.
Woohoo! Are you ever going to use it?
It's a light. I'm gonna put it up.
I know it's a light. I can see the fucking bulb. I'm not blind.
Just in case you're unsure, Steve.
I thought it was a bottle opener.
Yeah,
he's got a bat wing. He's got a bat wing like that his wife bought for Christmas, and I don't think he ever uses it. And then he's going to buy that thing.
That is awesome.
It's not good at being up there, mate. Do you use it?
Is that a bat wing from the '89 Batman movie? Oh, yes, of course it is. Yeah. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
Light underneath it's this big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
Is it sad that I know what he's got in his room that's off camera?
That would be straight there if I had it, mate. It would be like a full display for me.
I paid £2 in a charity shop for that one.
Oh,
That was 99p, I tell a lie.
That wasn't 48
1995
quid, no.
See. So I've said to my niece to do a tour around his room and show us what he's got there, but I'll be waiting next year for that video to go live.
That could be a whole video on its own, I reckon.
Oh, it's a fucking nightmare. I'd rather not admit it.
Just too much stuff, mate, is it?
Yeah. I found this one the other week. I've not seen this one yet. Amityville: The Awakening.
No, I haven't neither. To be honest, that was one of the like kind of latest ones, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that-
2017 it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the newer sort of sequels, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, Jason says that's a whole series of videos. That Steve.
It's definitely is, Jason.
Do you know what I said
Definitely.
to him, Dave? He said, "You know, if you're ever struggling for content," he said, "Yeah," and I said, "Why don't you do your steel books in alphabetical order? That's 26 videos, isn't it?"
26.
I said, people would watch that 26 videos on steel books and which ones you got and which ones you like out of that alphabetical order. And
Well, I like the majority of them. That's the reason I bought them, to be fair. It's not because of the movies, because the movies are exactly the same disc inside as you would get in a Blu-ray.
What's that thing behind you, Steve? Is that like the Crow Blu-ray with a statue or something behind you? Right behind your head on the second
Oh, no,
shelf?
it's just a Crow figure.
Oh, is it just a figure, is it?
Yeah, I've got a bigger version, but I've got the NECA one, but that's just a Crow figure I got off a friend of ours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I've got the big one. The Crow I've got the Crow as well.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's cool.
But he has the voice thing on it that says it can't rain all the time. I think he's awesome.
Aren't we all? We're all dead. We just don't know it yet.
I do like that one, victims, aren't we all?
Yeah. Awesome.
And I say I'm dead. And I move.
Did you just touch his dick to make him talk?
They called him was it a room guard? They called him.
Can't rain
Yeah.
So it's got a sensor on it. So the
Imagine
speakers
walk-
on the back,
Yeah.
but you can't. You send it whenever you walk past it, or out, it will go off.
Well, that's what I mean. Imagine walking past that and it went off in the dark in the night. I'd fucking shit myself.
Evenings,
I do have it
yeah.
powered down for one reason or another.
This is where now he falls over and brings that whole bookcase down.
Yeah.
Shut up, you.
Life
Saying that, you
imitating
can't
art.
bring the whole bookcase down because I screwed it to the wall.
Well, it's definitely gonna fucking fall down then, isn't it?
So I helped him. We helped him move out. So we set his room up for him.
Yeah.
Loosely.
Junie's asked you a question here, Dave.
Yeah.
She's asked, "What's your favourite type of movie?" Is the clue in the name?
What are your favourite types of films?
I love chick flicks, Jeannie.
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
that was apparent after the last time.
Yeah.
you
10 Things I Hate About You is my favourite movie ever.
can't beat that.
What are your favourite types of film? Well, the horror movies are my favourite types of movies. Yeah.
You went to a edition of the Crow. This is why I'm so glad we didn't annoy them too much.
But no, yeah, my favourite type of horror movies. The clue is in the name. Yeah. And if you go onto my channel, it's all bloody horror movies pretty much anyway. So yeah.
Erica said good choice. Hey Z. Z's just popped in just as I'm showing bloody figures. That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got the habit of doing that, hasn't he? Because it was
It's literally like I can sense a disturbance to the force.
Yeah. The when you're talking horror and you're just reviewing now the Elm Street movie series.
Yeah.
Would you say we need more original stories, or are you sort of happy with them rehashing the same stuff, the same characters?
The plastic is nice one, Z.
No, we need. I think we need more original stories when it comes to horror.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you're repackaging and reimagining older horror movies, like the money's already there to be made, isn't it? It's you know, I don't mind that if the people that are making it really care about the material. I hate it when they just do it just to make money.
Yeah.
Case in point, A Nightmare on Elm Street remake is fucking terrible, and I don't know why I even fucking suggested to review it, because I never want to see that piece of shit again, but I did it to myself, and I always do it.
See?
That was made to make a quick buck. It was, man.
This is why we do the homework movie, you see, because we suffer so you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's why we do the homework movie.
Yeah.
But when I'm seeing remakes and soft reboots and stuff like that of the same films with the same characters, and one of the famous ones that I always go back to is Jurassic Park. So I know it's not a horror, but Jurassic Park and Jurassic World are pretty much carbon copies of each other. It's just Jurassic World's on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Do you see the horror franchises like your Conjurings and your Insidiouses and stuff like that? You're saying that you watched The Nun 2, which is obviously part of the Conjuring sort of arena. Do you think they've ruined horror in the way that everything is now part of a universe or a series of films?
No, I don't. No, I don't think it. No, I don't think it ruined it at all. No, I
doesn't sound convinced here, does he?
No,
he's
coming up with an argument here, isn't he? So
it's like, no.
No, I don't know, because no, I wouldn't say it ruined it, because oh well, do you know what? I don't. Do you know, the more I don't know. Do you know, the more you think about it, I want to say no, because like I really do enjoy the Conjuring movies. I haven't been a huge fan of like the spin-offs. I've got to be honest with you. I haven't watched them all. Granted, I believe the first Annabelle movie wasn't great. I didn't enjoy that, but I believe the other two were actually quite good.
Annabelle Homecoming was more. Yeah. Annabelle itself was more of a scary type of thing. Annabelle Homecoming, which I think is the third one, was a bit more jump scary.
Yeah.
But if you were to take The Nun, for example, and The Curse of Ella Crunia or something?
I haven't seen that one. The Nun, I thought was a massive letdown for me. The first one.
If you didn't have the Conjuring tag on the bottom of that, would you have watched the film, and would you have enjoyed it more or less if it wasn't part of the universe?
I would have watched it, especially The Nun anyway, because that character is quite cool. I do think there is a good movie involving the Nun character there somewhere. That there is one, and I hope the second one is that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have. It didn't need the Conjuring tagged onto it for me to watch that film at all.
Because if I remember correctly, the only thing that actually tied him into the Conjuring was the fact that the bloke at the end of The Nun was the bloke that she did the exorcism on in the first Conjuring film, isn't it? That there's like a 40-second clip of the exorcism at the end, and that's what tied it into the film.
From what I remember of it, at the end, the French fella, I think he was, or whatever. Yeah. But no, but it didn't need it tagged on, but that's their selling point, isn't it? I mean, if it's a part of the Conjuring universe, straight away they're gonna attach that on. And plus, they introduced a Nun character in the Conjuring 2 anyway, which was one of the best elements of that movie. And I really liked the second Conjuring movie. But that Nun character is fucking creepy as fuck. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Nuns creep me out anyway. I don't know what it is, but nuns just creep me out. So to have a demonic one is just like, it's another level for me.
Yeah.
So just on a character basis, it works. So I hope the second film does the character of the nun, or Phallic. I think the name of the demon is Justice. Because I was let down by the first movie massively, but I would still be there kind of opening night or opening weekend for the second one, so it hasn't like deterred me from it at all.
Yeah.
So one of the ones that I've really enjoyed in the last like decade is Sinister. Now, Sinister 2,
I love that film.
Sinister 2 wasn't great.
No, it wasn't.
Well, would you have liked to have seen more in depth of Mr. Boogie actually corrupting the kids in the videos? because that lawnmower scene and you
Mm.
know and the alligator scene and stuff like that, they were quite interesting, sort of.
That lawnmower scene, I remember watching that in the cinema, mate. I have never jumped so fucking high in my life in any jump scare in any horror movie ever. That is probably the most effective jump scare I would say there's ever been.
Yeah.
Now, there's an argument with that, but oh my God, I thought my heart was going to come through my chest when that happened, mate. I'll never
Really?
forget that. Oh, seriously, man. Like, it was more the sound, like the screeching sound, like it was so fucking loud, and oh my God.
You
And
heard it, and then you just heard the crunch, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it's like,
It was
I knew
horrible.
what that was.
I
Yeah.
think when it comes to that character in Sinister, I actually think less is more. It's more terrifying for me.
Yeah.
I think if you really dived into it, it would lose something. It would like kind of lose its mystique and fear. I think when it comes to like what happened and how like this demonic entity does what it does, leave it as a mystery. It's more terrifying that way, I think. If you start showing too much, it's like that's the problem with a lot of horror movies, I think. And it's still the same now. I always think when it comes to horror, less is more. If you start trying to explain stuff and show us more, it just loses something. Because what's more terrifying is what we have in our own heads up here, is what we're putting the pieces together up here.
Yeah.
We scare ourselves more than what it can visually show us.
Yeah, that's true.
It's what I always found with like the original Blair Witch movie. Terrified me when I first saw that, Steve. Terrified. I generally terrified me. I was 18 years old and I slept with the lights on in my bedroom for 4 nights straight. And that is true. And I would watch Family Guy or The Simpsons for a bit of comedy on the TV just to kind of fucking like even it out a little bit. Yeah. It's terrified me. But then when I went to watch the Blair Witch, the latest one that came out, I think in 2016, 2017 it was, which I thought it was good up until a point. They actually show you the Blair Witch. It's very quick, but they show you it and it loses everything.
Yeah.
The moment you see her, that's it. It's gone. The fear's gone. Because nothing you can visually see is going to make it any more terrifying than what you've already got up here.
Yeah, I think, I see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You know, so less is more when it comes to horror, especially with the Insidious. I mean, that was just fucking creepy shit. Let's be honest with me. Watching them 8mm videos was just...
Yeah, and as you say, I don't really do horror, and I don't, you know, I just don't enjoy them. You know, but to watch Sinister and Insidious for the first time, you know, we what were we talking about the other day, Steve, about what being able to go back to the cinema to watch it for the first time and without knowing.
Yeah.
Without
I think it was just a mixture of movies, wasn't it? It was just there's certain things where you're like, I wish I hadn't. I wish I could experience that one again.
Yeah.
You know, and not know.
And Sinister's one of them. I can watch it now, and Lana's got this thing about watching it in the dark room, closing the curtains, shutting the doors.
You know? I love it, mate. I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Getting the tellies up and going and stuff. The only problem is now is that we've got lazy boy couches. So when I jump, the fucking thing reclines and fucking bastard, I've moved seat and everything. It's like, no. But,
mate, I worked at a cinema when fucking Paranormal Activity came out, and I watched that on my own in a dark cinema, the first one.
I love that. I love that film.
My own. I don't know how I did. Well, I didn't. I kind of cheated because halfway through it was creeping me out.
On.
I ran up. Have I already said this? I ran up to the projection room and put the lights on fucking half, and then fucking I ran back in and jumped in and watched it. I was like, oh, I'm not watching that in the dark. Fuck that. And it was bad enough just having the lights on half with it as well.
It's just that scene where you can hear it coming down the landing, but you can't see it. And then there's so much fuck that moments in that movie. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's so many.
So many. The amount of times I sat there just going, fuck that. I would have dumped. I would have been out the house. No woman is worth that shit. Like, the moment you find out it's not the house that's haunted, it's her. I am sorry. Yeah. I love you, but I love me more. See you later. I am gone. You know what I mean? Not difficult. She would have been broken up straight away.
See, we were playing Atmosphere a couple of not last Halloween before.
Yeah.
And you have it on the telly, don't you? And you're playing your board game. Right. And I jump every time the gatekeeper comes on and just shout, "You maggots, the fuck off, dickhead!" It's just like, every now and then, if you've got YouTube, just type. If you've never played the game Atmosphere, just type in Atmosphere on YouTube because all the things are on there now.
Yeah.
You don't need the board game. Just shut all your curtains and just leave the timer on the screen and just go and just have a drink and just have a chat and just wait for him to jump on the screen or wait for her or whichever one you're playing. It does get to the point where you're like, Jesus Christ, why am I still doing this? Like, you're 40 minutes in, you've got 20 minutes left to play the game.
Yeah.
It's the most difficult game I've ever played because there's so many rules to it that you just end up forgetting what you're meant to be doing and just move your pieces around the board trying to get keys because you're worried that he's going to shout and it's your turn and you've got to do whatever he says you've got to do on the screen and you're like, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Right, little Steve's looking at his clock here.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Did you say clock?
Yeah.
All right. Got you.
He's reenacting his crow, isn't he? Victims, aren't we all? Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure, this, mate. Thank you. I've had a laugh tonight, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
You are more than welcome, Dave. So you're coming on next week to support little Steve.
Do you know what? Right? I will, mate. Yeah, I will make myself.
Mate.
I will, mate. I'll make myself free next Thursday, and I will watch the rubber.
The rubber.
The rubber. That's a different movie.
That's another different movie. Yeah.
That's on Pornhub, that one, isn't it? But I'll be on next week with you, mate.
You'll be on next week. That's great. Yeah. So thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And I apologize for the rant in the middle.
Don't worry about it, mate.
It won't happen next week because I'm not here. So little Steve's got the reins for next week, so we'll let him schedule the show and he'll send you the link, Dave, and we'll go from there. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Dave at Savage Zombie.
Hey Neil, cheers, mate.
Hopefully you go up by the 9 subs that we've lost today.
I've just lost fucking 9 subscribers.
Yeah. Cheers, cheating.
So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, everybody. See you later.